Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another CounterSide video. Alright, I'm actually happy to be a C server abuser because finally C server got some updates this week. So let's jump into it. Awaken Regina, here we go. Alright, so if you guys are not aware, March 21st is going to be tomorrow, so that's when C server's update is going to be. So we're going to be getting a bunch of stuff. You can see 300 quartz and 1k Ethereum. So what is C server getting? A couple of things. Number one, a new event episode, Frozen Corridors, event missions, and shop unlock. So that's going to be cool for C server moving forward, a new substream entirely. Number two, we're going to have a new challenge, Forbidden Knowledge. I think this is completely new for C server, going to feature a couple of new exclusive equipments. And then we have Rivet available for Rearm. So Rivet, Rearm, we're going to talk about her shortly. And then new Awaken, finally, Regina. Alright, new classified for Regina McCready. Okay, so she's going to be someone that the second 7-cost Awaken unit available to a lot of players. The first one is Maestra Nequisha. So we're going to talk about her, give you guys my opinion so far. I'm going to try to pull for her for sure, right? Alongside with that, we have new normal recruitment for Luna, probability up. That's kind of cool. They're also adding a Awaken Employee Update Special Recruitment package for you to buy. Login rewards from March 25th to 26th. Log into the game to receive 3k Ethereum Enhancement Module T4 times 10, Fusion Core times 5. That is actually really good. You're getting that for 2 days, March 25th and 26th. Alright, cool I guess. And a couple of things are getting fixed and the updates is not too many, not too crazy, but hey, I'm glad we are getting some new things. So let's talk about all of these characters. Luna, which is an air defender, and then we have Awaken Regina, and then we have Rearm Rivet. So definitely all of these characters I'm looking forward to a lot. So let's talk about them. Now first things first, let's play back this trailer. Alright, this is going to be for the Awaken Regina. So if you guys haven't seen it, this is not a C trailer, this is a KR trailer. So let's talk about Awaken Regina, and I want to give you guys my thoughts regarding her. Awaken Regina, like I mentioned, she's going to be a 7-cost Awaken unit, right? Look at that, she's so cute when she's young. The truth is, being 7 costs can be a little bit risky. Alright, so if you guys are familiar with how Awaken units work, when they die, redeploying them is going to take a lot of effort, a lot of cost. Most of the time that can turn the tide of battle, depending on if the enemies die or not. So Awaken Regina is going to be... She's not weak by any means. She's actually one of the strongest Awaken right now in KR still. But the truth is, I don't think she's as flexible as a lot of people think. Flexible in terms of you have to build a team surrounding her. Alright, if she dies, it's going to be quite a huge problem. Same like how Maestra is. If she dies, the things are going to not look good for you. And this is going to apply for both PvP and PvE. Now, as you guys can see, she's a ranger, which I'm not sure if I mentioned. But can she compete with other rangers? Because if you look at all the other Awaken rangers right now, so let's look at our option. We have Awaken Sioyun, we have Ministra, we have... I think that's the only... Awaken Lee Suyan, right? So there's a lot of Awaken Rangers available right now. And that's the thing, right now it's going to be tough to justify, do you want to pull for her as a new player? Granted that if you're watching this, you're most likely watching from C server. Now if you're global, I'm going to try to give my best advice as well. Remember, she's a 7-cost Awaken Ranger as opposed to a 6 or 5 cost. So 1 cost more expensive, which can be harder to build around. Alright, you need to know how to like basically minimize your cost in your other sections. So let's talk about how her skill works. So let's talk about the passive skill first, because you need to understand, before you understand the basic attack, you need to understand the passive skill. When you deploy her, right? So she's unaffected by chill or freeze. This is a 2 new thing that comes with Awaken Regina and I believe Rearm Rivet as well, which we're going to talk about shortly. So when you cast her, when you deploy her, she will have this ice barrier when deployed, and this thing cannot be cancelled. So this ice barrier is basically just a barrier surrounding, and when this ice barrier is active, she's immune to hit stun, sleep, stun. Alright, makes sense. She's immune and she will almost never die. I mean, she will still die. She's not immune to damage, she's just immune to these 3 things. So when the ice barrier is active, she's going to gain a lot of HP, 100% HP, but continuously lose HP per second, up to 30% per second. Alright. And continuously gain attack up to 150%. So the longer she has this ice barrier, the more attack she will be able to stack up. So Ice Barrier will be removed after she falls below 50% HP, and this is when she will start dealing AoE damage around her, adding 5 stacks of chill to damage enemies. And this chill is going to be like those things that blow around. So when Ice Barrier removed, she gains 100% knockback resistance. She cannot be knocked back. The effect is removed after taking 12 hits and activated again after casting ultimate. Now, as you can see, her basic attack, she's going to deal damage using ice attacks. When Ice Barrier is active, this is at the beginning when you summon her, she summons Ice Vortex to attack enemies. She also adds 1 stack of chill per hit. So does not deal damage to targets exceeding valid hit. Alright, so chill, what it does is, each stack will reduce speed or attack speed by 3%. So this is what chill does. Always remember, chill reduce speed, also reduce attack speed. It doesn't do anything else, it doesn't do DOT or something. Up to 20 stacks and this effect lasts 5 seconds. Upon 20 stacks, the effect changes to freeze. Alright, so if you have 20 stacks of chill, you can get frozen. And if you're frozen, you're unable to act for 5 seconds. You're knocked back or airborne immune, unable to accumulate chill under the effect. Alright, boss excluded. This doesn't apply to bosses. So chill and freeze is sort of like a 2 new effect added to the game after Awaken Regina and after Rearm Rivet's introduction. Now, it's going to make her look really strong, which makes a lot of sense, right? Which is why later on, being so broken of how broken Awaken Regina is, later on they will introduce Awaken Rosara, and Awaken Rosara is apparently immune to chill and freeze. So she's literally the counter to Awaken Regina, which seems to be the pattern moving forward. Alright, there's a lot of these counters, and Awaken Ludmilla seems to be the solution to Replacer King. So this is for PvP specifically. Now in PvE, do you really need this chill or freeze? Probably not. Like, based on what I've seen, it doesn't even work on bosses, which can be a little bit tough. And most of the time, it's better to straight up just reduce your damage taken and, you know, make your characters tankier than to try to chill and freeze. Or some PvE, like I would say 80% of PvE stage, you want to like reduce enemies' defense rather than do all of these things, right? So her special skill, she cannot cast during Ice Barrier, which is at the beginning. Deals AoE damage in front, adds 1 stack of chill to damage enemies. If target is freeze, release the effect to deal additional damage, increase their skill cooldown by 8 seconds. So basically, she has the ability to increase everybody's skill haste, which is kind of strong. Alright, counters a lot of counter unit. When a target affected by freeze is detected, ignore the skill's cooldown, cast the skill. Again, some of them will have their range buffs nullified for 6 seconds in the range. Ultimate skill, this is probably Awaken Regina's strongest kit. You cannot cast this during the Ice Barrier. Keep in mind, alright, Awaken Regina needs time to be able to cast the special skill and ultimate skill. She cannot cast the ultimate skill and special skill during the Ice Barrier duration. Alright, just if you don't understand what I'm saying, just imagine Maestra. Maestra cannot cast her ultimate if she's not in the middle of the map. She needs to reach to the middle of the map before she can cast the ultimate. So you can give her skill haste, Maestra, but it won't help if she doesn't reach the middle of the map. Same applies for Regina. I think for Awaken Regina, you don't really need to worry about that. You can still give her skill haste, but she needs to have her HP lowered. It might take some time. So adds 20 stacks of chill over 3 seconds, deals AoE damage in front, and the last 3 attacks deal true damage. Each hit adds 1 stack of chill. Targets affected by freeze receive additional damage equal to 30% of their max HP. Release freeze on them, bosses excluded. So 30% of their max HP, this is a lot of damage here. A lot of damage. Alright, so when attacking enemy affected by freeze, it can also seal their skills for 12 seconds. So depending if you are able to stack this chill and freeze, granted if she survives, your objective as an Awakened Regina abuser is to protect her. Make sure she doesn't die. If she don't die, you will be able to stack all this chill and freeze to the enemy and destroy them. So which is why Awakened Regina is very good if you're trying to camp, alright, if you're a camper, camping all the way. This can also somewhat help a little bit against Replacer King, depending on where Replacer King is positioned or how close you are to Replacer King. But I would say Replacer King is still going to be slightly above the meta, alright, in terms of comparing him to Awakened Regina. So, obviously 7 cost is going to be, like I said, a little bit costly, but objective is always protect her and then you'll be fine. She's going to be one of the best PvP unit, best PvP character if you're camping, just straight up, sit at the back, chill, etc. Now let's talk about the next one, which is going to be Rivet. Now Rivet, I really look forward to her. I think she's going to be the strongest unit or strongest character in the game. being a Rearm unit. So why is that? Number one, she's a ranger that's 2 costs, alright? So I'm a big fan of Scarecrow. If you guys are not aware, Scarecrow came out, I believe, fairly recently, right? And I think Scarecrow's issue is her burst damage is not as high. But I think Rivet straight up fixes that. Although Scarecrow is a little bit a bit weirder because she's like a mech and a soldier at the same time. But Rearm Rivet basically is going to be she's a soldier straight up, right? Yeah, she's just a soldier. She's gonna do pretty decent damage, and she doesn't need to be set as a leader for 2 costs. That's what I appreciate about her. Now you can see right here on the passive skill, there's a lot of anti-CO and anti-counter damage, so she's going to be quite stable in PvP as long as she's available. And she also has this ability that gains stun and confusion immunity. That's already a bonus. Being a soldier, that means Harap cannot steal her. She's confused immune. That's really good. Special skill, this is going to be insane, right? She's going to do a lot of damage. This particular hit gains surefire effect. I've heard some people told me that she can even one-shot Spyra in a lot of cases. Not sure the regular Spyra or mutated Spyra, but because she does so much anti-CO damage and anti-counter damage, that makes a lot of sense. And a lot of characters that are CO, for example, Morse. There's a few other characters that I can't think of, but yeah, she's going to be able, Ministra as well. She will be able to deal a ton of damage to them, which is going to be insane. And last but not least, this particular one, the passive on the last attack. Every 5 basic attacks, she will fire this thing, and she has debuff, right? Counter or CO will lose 30% of attack, and if you are not counter or CO, if you are mech or something else, you will lose 15% of attack. And she also adds 1 stack of chill to damage enemies, so complements her well alongside with what is that, Awakened Regina as well. But she's going to be super flexible. I would highly recommend getting Rivet. She will be the next Gayun in a way. Like, actually, no joke, she's like literally the next Gayun. She's going to be someone that you see in every single team, and hopefully if you guys haven't already, please do farm her. If you want to start farming her in global right now, please do so. She is going to be really strong. Let's look at the leader skill though. If you set her as leader, all allies are going to gain 20% counter or CO damage resistance for 8 seconds. Fires enhanced attack 2 times instead. Alright, so you can see lots of attack speed percentage increase here, and it also buffs the duration. But this is not entirely needed. It's a cool leader skill. It's not entirely needed as compared to a lot of other Awakened units. So definitely, Rivet is someone that I highly recommend. Please build her. She is the next strongest, ranger in the game. Alright, at 2 costs, she does a lot. Okay, so next up is gonna be this character called Luna. She's gonna be a little bit weird because she's a flying defender. Alright, so how does this work? Flying defender, what can she do overall, right? She's good in PvP because she basically, instead of tanking, she takes damage from the nearest unit in front. So let's say if you have Awakened Jake here, moving in front, and you deploy her, she's above Awakened Jake, she helps take 30% damage off Awakened Jake at the bottom. So she helps in that case to share the damage taken with a different tank at the bottom, right? So you don't want to use her as a sole defender, you want to use her complementing other defenders. Maybe she can work with Rearm KC Bin or Rearm Alex or Livia Tennis in that sense, right? I'm not sure how viable that is in PvE. I'm not sure if that's something that you will use a lot. Like for 3 costs, she's going to be a 3 cost defender after all. I would still recommend, like in PvE, you're better off using Yang Harem, Chinatsu, and the likes in that particular slot. But right here you can see passive skill. She appears in the air. She doesn't have any intentions of fighting the front line, so she is going to absorb 30% of the damage taken by all allied units. So she helps a lot of Awakened units. You want to build a team surrounding her as well. So if you are running like a bunch of soldier units, which there's a lot of enemies at the bottom, and you put her on top, she doesn't help them as much because there's too many units and she will die too fast, taking off 30% of their damage. So you want to complement her with like an Awakened defender. And I do think that Awakened Nayubin complements her pretty well. Alright, if you guys are looking like Awakened Jake, Awakened Nayubin, and she can also help Awakened Juxian as well to survive if you are looking at that, right? So when Luna dies, she deals damage to nearby enemies, knocks them into the air. Alright, so recovers 1 deployment resource when an allied Elysium Philharmonic member dies. So she can, she's very good alongside with Sheena, alongside with Carmen, alright, and that is going to complement and give her a ton of deployment resource. I think it's pretty cool. Special skill, she fires a note. Alright, so when this note lands, nearby allies receive a barrier equal to 10% of HP, and enemies hit by the note will take damage. So this barrier will last for 12 seconds. Not bad, but keep in mind can be reflux as well, be careful with that. Ultimate skill grants all allies 20% damage reduction. Alright, so enemies within range will take damage 4 times before being launched into the air and knocked back. So this is going to go up to 40% damage reduction. So you can see, I do think if you are building her, it's better to go skill haste as opposed to HP because she's not the main tank. You want to cast this skill, this ultimate skill as soon as you can. So yeah, overall, definitely, I'm definitely going to pull for Luna. I think she's a very cool character overall. That's something that I'm looking forward to. Definitely these 3 characters are really interesting. It's quite exciting for all 3 of them to come. So 1 Awaken unit, Awaken Regina, 1 Rearm Rivet, 1 Rearm unit, and 1 character that we can pull. So that's something that I'm looking forward to on C server. So I'm going to do a bunch of tests and hopefully give you guys my honest thorough review. Not sure if I'll have enough resources to pull for Awaken Regina because I got Kyrian recently, right? But I'll try my best. Regardless, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe, give this video a like, and let me know what you guys think of the following units. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.